Today we're going to explore what area means using this rectangle. Area is simply how much space a shape takes up. Every rectangle has two important measurements. The first is the width, which is how far the rectangle stretches from left to right. For our rectangle, the width is labeled as W. The second measurement is the length, which shows how far the rectangle stretches from top to bottom. For our rectangle, the length is labeled as L. Think of area as the amount of space inside the rectangle. If we were to color the entire shape, the area represents all the colored space within its borders. Let's see what this looks like by filling in our rectangle with color. This filled space is what we're measuring when we talk about area. To find the area of a rectangle, we multiply its length by its width. This gives us the total space covered. We write this as area equals L times W. Looking at our rectangle, we can see that the width is 3.5 units and the length is 2 units. We'll use these measurements to calculate its area. Now let's calculate the area by multiplying length times width. That's 2 times 3.5, which equals 7. The units for area are always square units because we're measuring squares that could fit inside our shape. We say square units because we're counting how many 1 by 1 unit squares could fit inside our rectangle. If we lined them up, we could fit exactly 7 of these unit squares inside our rectangle. We use area calculations every day when figuring out how much carpet we need for a room, how much grass seed for a lawn, or even how much frosting we need to cover a cake. Let's look at this blue rectangle and think about how we can measure the space it takes up. Our rectangle has two important measurements. The width across the bottom is 4 units, and the height going up the side is 3 units. To find the area of our rectangle, we need a standard measurement tool. This yellow square is called a unit square. It's exactly 1 unit wide and 1 unit tall, like a perfect little tile. When we talk about area, we're really asking, how many of these unit squares would it take to completely fill up our shape? Each unit square covers exactly 1 square unit of area. Let's take our unit square and see how many we need to cover our entire rectangle. We'll start placing our unit squares inside the rectangle one by one, like filling it with tiles. Let's begin at the bottom left corner and work our way across and up. Here goes our first unit square in the bottom left corner. That's 1 square unit of area. We've now placed 4 unit squares side by side, filling the entire bottom row. Notice how the width of our rectangle is 4 units, so exactly 4 squares fit across the bottom. We've completed 2 full rows with 8 squares total. We're making a grid pattern inside our rectangle, with each unit square covering exactly 1 square unit of area. And now we've filled the entire 3rd row, completing our rectangle. We needed exactly 12 unit squares to cover the whole shape. So the area of our rectangle is 12 square units. That means it takes up the same amount of space as 12 unit squares placed together without any gaps or overlaps. There's a simpler way to find the area without counting each square individually. We can use a formula, area equals length times width. This works because we're really finding the total number of squares in our grid. For our rectangle, we multiply the length, which is 4 units, by the width, which is 3 units. 4 times 3 equals 12, so the area is 12 square units. The formula gives us the same answer as counting each square. Look at our filled rectangle again. We have 4 squares in each row, and we have 3 rows total. That's why multiplying 4 times 3 tells us the total number of squares. This is why the area formula works for any rectangle. Let's visualize the area of a rectangle by breaking it down into unit squares. These unit squares will help us understand how to calculate the total space inside the rectangle. Here's our rectangle. We can fill it with unit squares to help us count the total area. This rectangle has a length of 5 units and a width of 4 units. When we talk about area, we want to know how many square units can fit inside this shape. Instead of counting each square one by one, let's try a faster way. First, let's look at just the bottom row of our rectangle. This row stretches across the whole length of our rectangle. Let's count how many squares fit in this single row. We can see that each row contains exactly 5 squares, which is the same as our length L equals 5. Now that we know each row has 5 squares, we need to figure out how many rows we have altogether. Let's highlight each row one at a time and count them. Perfect. We can see that our rectangle has exactly 4 rows, which is the same as our width W equals 4. Now comes the interesting part. To find the total number of squares in our rectangle, we need to add up all the squares in each row. Since each row contains 5 squares and we have 4 rows, we can write the total area as 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That's adding the number of squares in each row. When we add the same number multiple times, we can use multiplication as a shortcut. Adding 5 4 times is the same as multiplying 5 times 4. And this gives us the general formula for the area of any rectangle. Instead of using specific numbers like 5 and 4, we can use the variables L for length and W for width, so the area equals L times W. This formula works for any rectangle, no matter what its dimensions are. The area is always the product of the length and the width. For our specific rectangle with length 5 and width 4, the area equals 5 times 4, which is 20 square units. By using rows and columns, we've discovered why the formula length times width always gives us the correct area of a rectangle. Today we're going to explore how to find the area of a rectangle. We'll use a rectangle that is 4 units wide and 3 units tall as our example. Here's our rectangle. Let's measure its dimensions. The width across the bottom is 4 units, and the height going up the side is 3 units. Area measures how much space the rectangle covers. One way to find the area is to divide our rectangle into unit squares. Each unit square has a width of 1 unit and a height of 1 unit. To make it easier to count all the unit squares, let's number them from 1 to 12. Notice how we have 4 squares in each row, and we have 3 rows in total. When we count all these unit squares, we find that there are 12 squares in total. That means our rectangle covers 12 square units of area. This is our first method for finding area, counting all the unit squares. There's a faster way to find the area without counting every square. We can use a formula, area equals length times width. In our case, the length is 4 units and the width is 3 units, so we multiply 4 times 3, which gives us 12 square units. This is exactly the same answer we got by counting. This shows us why the area formula works. Instead of counting each square one by one, we can just multiply the length by the width. It's like counting how many squares fit in each row and then multiplying by how many rows we have. For any rectangle, the formula A equals length times width will give you the correct area. Here we have a rectangle that's 4 units long and 3 units wide. Each small square you see represents 1 square unit of area. To find the area of this rectangle, we multiply the length times the width. So that's 4 times 3, which gives us 12 square units. We can count all the little squares to verify. There are exactly 12 of them. Now let's see what happens when we double just one dimension. I'll add more squares to make our rectangle longer, doubling the length from 4 units to 8 units. The width stays the same at 3 units. Let's calculate the new area. We have 8 units in length times 3 units in width, which equals 24 square units. Look at all the blue squares we added. That's exactly 12 more square units. Our new area of 24 square units is exactly twice our original area of 12 square units. That makes sense. When we double just one dimension, the length, the area doubles too. It's like having 2 copies of our original rectangle side by side. Now, let's do another experiment. Here's an 8 by 3 rectangle, similar to what we just created. It has 24 square units of area, as we can see from multiplying 8 times 3. What happens if we now double the width from 3 units to 6 units? Let's add more rows on top to make our rectangle taller. We're keeping the length at 8 units. Our rectangle is now 8 units long and 6 units wide. To find the new area, we multiply 8 times 6, which gives us 48 square units. If we think back to our original 4x3 rectangle, we've doubled both dimensions. Look at how the area has changed. Our original 4x3 rectangle had an area of 12 square units. Our new 8x6 rectangle has 48 square units. That's 4 times as much. When we double both dimensions, the area doesn't just double, it quadruples, meaning it becomes 4 times larger. I'm going to color our big rectangle to show why the area quadrupled. See how we can split it into 4 equal parts? Each part is exactly the same size as our original 4x3 rectangle. It's like we've taken 4 copies of our original rectangle and put them together to make this larger one. So we've discovered something really interesting about rectangles. When we double just one dimension, the area doubles. But when we double both dimensions, the length and the width, the area becomes 4 times as big. Let's visualize a rectangular garden and calculate its area. Imagine we're planning a garden and need to figure out how much space we have to work with. Our garden has a width of 5 meters and a height of 3 meters. These are the 2 dimensions we'll use to find the total space of our garden. To find the area of our rectangular garden, we multiply the width by the height. Think of it like counting how many 1-meter squares would fit inside our garden. So our area is 5 meters times 3 meters, which equals 15 square meters. This means we could fit 15 squares that are 1 meter on each side into our garden space. Now that we know our garden is 15 square meters, we can figure out exactly how much soil we need. Good soil depth for a garden is about 5 centimeters. We multiply our 15 square meters by 5 centimeters of depth, which gives us 0.75 cubic meters of soil. That's the volume of soil we'll need to buy for our garden. Gardens also need seeds, and seed packets tell us how many grams of seeds we need per square meter for good plant coverage. If we need 25 grams of seeds for each square meter, then we multiply 15 square meters by 25 grams per square meter. This gives us 375 grams of seeds for our entire garden. As you can see, knowing the area of our garden is super helpful. It helps us calculate exactly how much soil and seeds to buy, so we don't waste money by getting too much or too little. The formula for finding the area of any rectangle is length times width. We can write this as A equals L times W, where A stands for area, L for length, and W for width. This simple formula works for all rectangles, whether it's a garden, a room in your house, or even a small piece of paper. Just measure the length and width, then multiply them together to find the area. Remember that area is always measured in square units. If we measure in meters, our answer will be in square meters. If we measure in feet, our answer will be in square feet.